In the military, probably at about 1983, 84, I started experiencing minor back pains, and I didn't follow up on it. I worked through it, and it progressively got worse as I went on. By the end of my career, when I was bent over and I went to stand up, I could feel a stiffness where I was barely able to stand up, but it would stretch out usually. As soon as I retired, I went to deal with it. Went in and they started putting me through physical therapy, regular physical therapy, intense, and I got to the point where I was going 3 times a week. And it really worked for a while, and then it stopped. It came to the point where I was barely able to use my left leg. All outdoor activities, fishing, anything I was doing, entertaining, ever working again, anything was out. And my life was becoming restricted to sitting or being in a bed. If I moved, I was on a walker. To transport myself in the car was another challenge. To get in and out of a car was a delicate circumstance. I saw myself probably finishing up life right there. It came to the point that the shots weren't enough. The physical therapy was just so off and so irregular. I'd have to rush out there and try and relieve pain. I was using a TENS unit constantly. If you don't know what that is, you put patches on and turn on the electric on it, put shocks to try and do it. I went through the whole realm of therapy. All the research that I did on the fusion, if I chose fusion, is that people had it done, but their bending over was restricted, and it put pressure on the vertebrae above and below, and eventually they damaged them. And they're twisting everything. It just, I didn't find any cases where they seem to have a permanent solution. When I came out of that, what amazed me was in the hospital the next morning, waking up, they said, in the hall, start walking. I said, you can't do that with fusion, you can't do that anything else. Out there and walking, and they aggressively wanted you to walk. And my instructions going home was, all the physical walking you can do it. There's no limit. That amazed me. And began to gaining strength. And it happened very fast. I was amazed how quick you recover from this. I strengthened quickly because 3-4 times a day I was out in my backyard walking circles until I could push it further and walk. I'd push through, and there was some pain in recovering. And but after the 3 months, most of the pain was gone. All I could say is 3 months, I was up and did my first fishing trip. I was amazed. This back deterioration was so thorough, it made me retire early. It affected my spiritual life, it affected my recreational activities, it affected relationships with the grandkids, being able to go out and do things with them. It was a very thorough shutdown of the back. This is how exceptional this surgery's been to me. It's just, because I've completely gained the range of motion, I can bend, I can lift. So far I haven't found limitations with it, and what amazes me is there's no pain left behind. People with fusion tell me they're always feeling pain, and it seems to increase and come and go. I just have zero pain. The ability to physically do things, to bend, to lift, to work, to play, to go out, and it's just changed me to a much younger person, as if I'm in my 40s or 50s. My positive, I'm much more positive. I don't have that end of life mindset any longer, where everything's shutting down, I can't move, I can't bend, I'm in pain, and my whole life is focused on treating the illness and there's nothing else existing. To now, my whole life is opened up. both spiritually. I've gone back to doing the activity with the prisons. I've gone back into the church activity. I've gone out into the kayaking. It's just amazing what it does mentally and physically to you. This device really works.